Hello everybody, this is CryptoMark. Before we get into the episode title topic, let's take a look at what happened in the cryptocurrency market in the last few days. Bitcoin has attacked $53,000 and finally broke that barrier for a while, but when had a quick drop of over 1,000, although now it's back again and maybe in a few hours this attack will happen again. But the correction is over here, so Ethereum also has attacked $4,000 a few days ago, and now it's 3.5. So I wondered if it would succeed this week. Opinions were divided, but as you can see, it practically succeeded to reach 4,000, but then it dropped out. And Solana, over $200 right now, great project. It's chased Dogecoin away. I had hoped. It looks great. The next rival is USDT, but it's not a rival, so Binance Coin is ahead of that. And yeah, it's like that. Solana was in the 23rd place, like I thought it gonna be high, and now it's almost in top 5, so it's really doing great. Nothing is impossible in cryptocurrencies, and there are often situations that no one could have predicted. ICO, or initial coin offering. In a few moments, project founders can collect millions legendary projects that have not yet seen the light of day on a stock exchange, but collect funds in a quite alternative way, which is the first public fundraising offers of a given project token. The point is that you can invest in the project in front of everyone, which is associated with a huge risk, the failure of the project team to keep their promises, which may involve your money. Because here the law is often on their side and is not regulated, I advise you to be careful about it, especially new people should first educate themselves in this world of cryptocurrencies. Get to know the market and the topic that accompanies us throughout that venture, and then reach for more alternative solutions and try to quickly earn with a small investment. So which, as you know, often it ends with dreams, disappointment and crash of our funds. However, people who are already a bit on this market and are aware of what they are doing, what can happen to them, how big drops and increases await us in this market, these people can offer themselves when investing in ICOs. This is the point where this project, which can be called that, is an unknown project. It didn't start marketing and nobody really knows about it. The ICOs are divided in 3 stages. This is private sale, pre-sale and public sale, which I will tell you about today so that you can briefly learn about each stage, how it works. I will present you now, guys, 3 ways how to find this project and how to be in front of others on the market. Importantly here, the price is the lowest at the very beginning, i.e. we can buy these tokens often for 1 cent, where then after entering they cost as little as 5 or 10 cents, and we have 5 times more earnings right away, but is associated with risk and randomness. Let me tell you what it is all about. So Tencent is the first platform that, in my opinion, is the perfect place to follow in search of so-called games, i.e. projects that have the potential to increase x100 or even x1000. So Tencent mediates the relays of stock exchanges games, and the first one was Meta Hero. As you know, a lot happened here and the project launched into space. It's already in the top 200. Tencent on their social media, for example on Twitter, where they have a huge crowd of followers, often informs about its next steps, and it's not another platform that relays a new project every week, but it is a place that is supposed to be a kind of face and a support for you, for investors, that they project they are launching is proven, verified and has great potential. It is a validator, verifier and intermediary in our investments. I will tell you a little secret, because someone probably mentioned it somewhere. On September 15 we will find out another Tencent project which will be huge and it's gonna be a next gem. The case is that you had to invest in a Meta Hero, you had to have 2000 Tencent tokens, they probably cost $1 or $1.50. So there is some entry threshold that you had to invest in the Tencent project itself to be able to buy a hero, where the maximum you could buy it for 10 BNB Binance tokens, which was about $2,000 or $3,000. You will immediately think that it is not for you because you operate with the amount like of 100 of dollars a month. Many people are like that. It's normal. There is nothing to laugh about because everyone starts somewhere. I try to show you the way it is worth guessing with a few people, your friends or other investors that you know or meet, and for example, buy these Tencent tokens together. Everyone consists, and then you have for a long time to be able to invest in the projects they put out. I know that the next project which is coming out in this few or several days will require 3000 Tencent tokens, i.e. $5,000 at the moment. It is certainly an investment opportunity for people with some capital, of course. The second way to fund these games on the market is the way I invented. When you enter the profiles of big YouTubers, by entering they follow, you can check what is going on to happen in the near future. As you can see, they sometimes observe some minor projects, so there are probably companies that are either friends with them or they got inside info that something is up. Often such projects have few followers and have not started marketing yet. This is how you can find these projects on your own and at a low cost and find out about something before others and start observing projects before they go to the deep and take part in pre-sale. Find out how you can invest and be in this market before anyone else. The third option, because as I mentioned, I found free alternatives for you from others that some YouTubers may introduce you to you, and these are quite interesting ways and will help you stay ahead of the market. For example, ICOdrops.com. There are many such sites and it is worth finding these which are constantly updated. We have the upcoming ICO tab and it is shown how much is left to start. As you can see, there are projects that start in a few hours, like 3, 8, 12. And we can launch them quickly, and we will do it today. We'll do an example analysis. I will present to you also critical points that should always be checked for each project and be aware of how to verify it. There are a lot of these projects there are a lot of these projects. As you can see, every day I start at least a few of them, and when we can collect all the pages, I think that a dozen or so, more and more projects are created. Which is worth keeping in mind that 80-90% of them are total scams, crashes, trashes, and you can often find out after 15 minutes of researches. We go smoothly toward the above mentioned three stages, of which of the new projects are private sale, pre-sale and public sale. Here are a few places where you can learn about it. I will just tell you about them. At the beginning, the first stage of investment in most tiny new projects is private sale. This is the moment of purchasing tokens, often for institutions, large investors, where such an investment is preceded by talks, video chats, and the fact that project funders must know that investors have convergent goals with them. They want to just develop this project and actually help in some way with their knowledge, contacts, and not only earn the money. And if they are confirmed in this belief, they enable these investors to buy tokens at the best possible price, of course taking into account the fact that this token will grow even slowly. Often we have nothing to count on because you need to have connections, you have to be someone in the industry and bring something to such a project, and this is the moment when we can often count on an investment. Private sale bonuses are the greatest. For example, a fresh token can be bought for half a cent. Then the second stage, the second form of investment is pre-sale. Here an advertisement starts. There is already an investment budget. There are often videos with YouTubers. On some forums, industry websites, we can find first information, interviews, presentation of the projects, and the founder's idea for the development of the company. There are also high bonuses, i.e. when it was half a cent, let's assume that it is twice as expensive. For 1 cent we can buy such a token from art. Of course, there are also high bonuses, but there is also a high entry threshold, and the point is that often the minimum investment is 5 Binance coins, 3 Binance coins, and not everyone can afford to enter here. At this stage we can get a quick return on investment, but we also have to freeze these funds, and we are still not sure if this project will enter the decentralized exchange, because for some time we will not be able to sell our tokens to anyone. We will not have the technical possibility to do it. The last stage is ICO public sale, the moment when a lot of people enter such a project. A lot like an ICO, the advertisement moves much harder and there are smaller investments. Often the project and team do not require, for example, 5 BNB, but you can invest almost any amount, $20, $50, which is what everyone in this world has at their disposal. So as a rule, a project is 3-4 times more expensive than at the very beginning in a private sale and 1 or 2 times more expensive than in a pre-sale. Now I will show you how to sign up to be able to pre-sale or even public sale. In this industry slang there is something like a whitelist, which is some kind of newsletter but not the end. It is a place where some project site you can enter your email address and subscribe to the waiting list for pre-sale, public sale. If you enter your email address, you will receive information about the upcoming date with the option to purchase tokens, and you will be the first to notify about it, and you will often buy such a place if the project allows it to do so, to be sure that you will buy these tokens. The last stage of investment in these unusual, risky and new projects are 7 points that are worth checking. Even before starting the investment, we will do it on the example of Flurry. First of all, the team and its history, i.e. whether people provide us with a check, who is behind this company, behind this fundraising, and whether we can look into someone's eyes. Unfortunately, not from what I can see. For me it is a big minus and gives a lot to think, because what is this trust, what is clarity, if we do not know who is doing this project? Social platforms or Twitter, when I see 267 tweets, 40,000 followers, probably fake ones. I also launched a group on a Telegram with 50,000 people, which is also impossible. I can already see that something's wrong. Many projects make such a fuss to create a pool shell that they are big, that a lot of people are interested, but people see immediately that something's wrong. So in addition to social media, it is worth checking the white paper of the project, of course, which should be found on every page. This one has only 12 pages, which is really not much. It is still quite divergent. There are large gaps and there is almost no content here. A few pages about this project, poor white paper. It does not convince me too much, because it is impossible to read in, delve into this project, and we will find little information about it. Which is important when going to the next stage is the fact and the possibility of checking the technology behind the project. We have to read in the white paper and then check in Google if this market will really grow, what are the predictions of what may happen. We also go to tokenomics. It is described in some way here. First of all, each of us has to do research on whether they need these tokens, whether it is another project that wants to stretch us, or whether they actually generated a token to create an ecosystem. For example, in MetaHero for tokens you will be able to scan your personality and buy a meta scanner by franchising this project. Of course, do not get caught because it will cost millions, but maybe someone will succeed and will enter such a franchise. So there is some use, and here you need to check whether these tokens can be used to purchase the services offered by the project or participate in any events. Another thing is the marketing of the project, which is already at this stage. Even at the beginning, the project should reach the audience and have coverage, especially if they have so many followers. Here is a plus, because by typing Flurry Crypto on YouTube, the algorithm knows what I mean. There are quite a lot of these movies, and even for such larger YouTubers like Joe Paris. The last thing is Google articles. As you can see, they write something. As a crypto today, 10 days ago, alright, she wrote an article about this Flurry finance, so something is going on. There is a marketing potential. As you can know, marketing is the most important in this world of cryptocurrencies. Besides itself, product and technology, so that these projects grow and provide us with impressions in the form of profit. This is, however, the most important for us investors. So yeah, tokenomics, like I said before, the division of tokens, it is not even described in any way from what I can see. How many tokens go to the team, how much goes to the marketing, when they can be redeemed, can the team cash in immediately after entering PancakeSwap or they can't. So combining all these things together, they create a certain picture of the situation. If everything is fine, we can proceed to further research and consider the investment. So feel free to Google all the details yourself. That's about it. So hold on until you hear me. Goodbye guys, see you.